We have talked about many things with you recently, and now it is time to step back for a moment and continue our discussion in other arenas of life for your edification. And we will start here. Long ago, during those times when all sort was dangerous in nature, you would wonder about these things. What were they exactly? It's difficult to say, yet enticing in their appearance and yet still glimmering. A long way from home. No, too, these times were distraught in ways not yet understood by your kind here on earth. It was looked at as detrimental, yes, yet lurid fascination abounded about it, and we tell you succinctly, it was all planned that way, to succumb to darkness, intentionally. This was spot on. Far be it for us to disclose the modus operandi for doing so, but all avenues of approach point to the one you know as Marduk himself, infiltrating energies of others, to succumb others to a darkness spun from sinister attempts to modify a planetary civilization into beings not fully equipped to hold their own successfully in these arenas. These were dark times indeed, and foisted upon them too was that conclusion of impermanence, shrouded in mystery again. Here we had all elements of distress mounted and paid for, as it were, and ready to enable the situation to get well out of hand. We applaud you for taking steps to otherwise interfere with what was being brought forth, yet no one listened, and now we tell you that indeed, it was within the peril you thought that all ensued from there. Darkness fell on the planetary at that time when one could not count on another. Those were times indeed when one could come home to nothing in its stead. As the days drew closer and closer to instilling death and peril in the hearts of others, life went on from there, however meek it was. Most others had long since deemed inappropriate any contact with above, and it is said here was the crux of the issue, brought forth for you to resolve on your own, as it were. For in all these intricacies brought before you, none was more profound than the negligence of the Creator himself in the scheme of things. Long sought after results appeared for those involved in this treachery, and those lost in ways such as these abounded profusely. It was here all became lost and dysfunctional at last, when appeared those others who knew for themselves the meaning of the word, God above, and took it to mean themselves, outright. These folks knew no better than continue with this charade for centuries until that time when, all said and done, it appeared to them that there were other more pressing things that needed their attention. It was then they left others in charge of a civilization at the bequest of the owners, now in flight somewhere else. Long sought after is this information by others who would do harm indeed to fulfill its requirements for being in charge. Yet it is seen those who do prosper from it are nonetheless operative in their sphere of influence in no meaningful way. Those in charge left them here to decay, as it were, and left the mission barren and ungrounded without their presence. We tell you this in fact as all comes from it. It is the source of all problems administered on earth during these days. There is nothing left of the original owners to salvage and be of use. So we say now is the time to make use of those commodities to infiltrate the presence of those who deem themselves unworthy of continuing the tradition in their own way. This would not be possible in any other way, yet it is seen here the temptation is great within them to continue on in similar ways, yet this cannot happen due to circumstances encroaching upon them. It is difficult to transcribe all the glory of this occurrence here on earth, yet it is told every so often. Indeed,